It began with the ghost of a feeling, a memory of softness I'd been chasing my whole life. The first time I felt truly myself, I was 16 years old, wrapped in my mother's old cashmere cardigan she'd left on a chair. The world, with its sharp edges and loud boys who shoved you on the playground, melted away. In that cocoon of worn wool, I was just calm. It was a peace I would spend the next 23 years trying to find again. My name is Daniel. I'm 30 with a decent job in accounting and a life that looks, from the outside, like a successful blueprint of American manhood. But the blueprint was never mine. In grade school, my friends were girls. Their games were about stories, not scores. I learned more about friendship from hushed conversations on the swings than I ever did on a baseball diamond. In high school, a brutal all-boys Catholic school, I learned to perform. I was quiet, studious, a ghost in the hallways. I remember a boy named Mark, with a jaw like a cinder block, shoving me against the lockers. "What are you, a faggot?" he'd snarled, simply because I'd been carrying my books hugged to my chest. The sting of his fist on my shoulder wasn't half as bad as the cold dread of being seen, of being known for something I didn't even have a name for. That fear pushed me into a carefully constructed shell. I dated a couple of girls, nice girls who deserved more than the distracted, gentle affection I could offer. Then, at a friend's gallery opening, I met Alex. Alex was an artist, all sharp, creative energy and kind eyes. He saw the quiet in me not as weakness, but as depth. "You're not one of those loud, chest-thumping guys, are you?" he'd said on our first date, smiling. Thank God. With him, I didn't have to pretend to like sports or know about cars. He loved that I was smart, that I could fix his leaky faucet, that I was a self-professed geek who would rather watch a documentary than a football game. For the first time, I felt loved not in spite of my nature, but because of it. The softness I craved started to creep back in, timidly at first. One evening, as we watched a movie, Alex glanced at my feet. "God, your toenails are a mess, Daniel." Before I could protest, he was back with his own pedicure kit. He filed and buffed my nails with a practiced hand, and then, with a playful grin, he held up a bottle of deep, glossy black polish. "Dare you?" he whispered. I loved it. I loved the smooth, cool lacquer on my toes, a secret splash of beauty hidden in my socks and sensible men's shoes. The underwear was his idea, too. He'd laugh at my rough, gray boxer briefs. "How can you wear those things? They look like they're made of sandpaper." I joked back, "Maybe I should just wear yours." A week later, a small, brightly colored package arrived. Inside were 3 pairs of men's briefs in silky, stretchy modal fabric. They felt like a second skin. A few months after that, while shopping online, he pointed to a pair of women's bikini-cut panties. "Now that's comfort," he'd said. I bought a pair, half as a joke. Putting them on was a revelation. The soft elastic, the smooth fabric that held me just right. I threw out my last pair of men's underwear months ago. My top drawer is now a kaleidoscope of silk, lace, and cotton, a private garden of softness. Finding pants that fit my 6 feet 2 inches frame was always a struggle. Men's jeans felt like rigid denim tubes. One day, frustrated, I found myself on the Old Navy website, staring at the women's plus-size section. On a whim, I ordered a pair of dark-wash skinny jeans. When they arrived, I pulled them on, and my breath caught. They fit. They actually fit. They hugged my legs, the built-in stretch moving with me, not against me. The feeling was intoxicating. Soon, my wardrobe was filled with women's jeans, then shorts, then capris. I wore them to work, my quiet rebellion hidden in plain sight. A few people gave me a second look, but no one ever said a word. Our vacation to Portland was the turning point. I packed a separate bag, a secret stash. Women's camisoles, long-sleeve shirts, a soft gray hoodie, even a pair of black yoga leggings. With Alex's encouragement, I wore them. All of them. One afternoon, walking through the Pearl District in leggings, a long t-shirt, and my hoodie, I felt a strange sense of peace. No one stared. No one pointed. I was just another person in a city that didn't care. That night, back in the hotel, I finally broke down, crying in Alex's arms. "My brain is all wrong," I sobbed. "I just want to feel like this all the time." He held me, stroking my hair. "Hey, it's okay. You're beautiful, Daniel. All of you. I started wearing makeup. Just a little at first. Face powder to even my skin, curling my eyelashes, a swipe of clear mascara. Alex became my tutor. He showed me how to apply eyeliner with a steady hand, how to blend foundation so it looked like real skin. You have great eyes. We should show them off. He bought me a sports bra after joking that my man boobs were sagging. I put it on, and the gentle compression felt like a constant, reassuring hug. I wore it under my clothes every day. Our intimacy changed. It became softer, more exploratory. One night, I was wearing a simple black camisole and panties. Alex came and sat beside me, his fingers tracing the thin strap on my shoulder. He leaned in and kissed me, a slow, deep kiss that tasted of wine and acceptance. He laid me back on the pillows, his hands moving over the silk of the camisole, over the new, softer curves of my body and the bra. He didn't rip the clothes off. He cherished them. He whispered things in my ear, not about how much of a man I was, but about how beautiful I was, how right this felt. It wasn't just sex. It was a form of worship. In his arms, in my girl clothes, I felt completely and utterly seen. I felt pretty. After Portland, I knew this wasn't just a game anymore. This was my life. I let my hair grow, ignoring the quarterly reminders from HR about the corporate grooming policy. I told Alex I wanted to find a gender therapist, to talk to someone to understand the path forward. That was when the chill began. Alex's encouragement became laced with caution. Are you sure you want to wear the leggings to dinner with my friends? He'd ask. It's just a bit much, you know? The playful comments stopped. One evening, I came out of the bedroom wearing a simple knee-length black skirt I'd bought, just to wear around the house. I felt shy, but also incredibly happy. I did a little twirl. What do you think? Alex didn't smile. He just stared. Take it off, Daniel. What? I said, take it off. This has gone too far. Too far? I felt a tremor of fear. What are you talking about? You said I was beautiful. As a fantasy. As a game, he said, his voice finally rising. Dressing up, playing a part. It was hot, okay? It was fun. But this, he gestured at me, at the skirt, at the life I was trying to build. This isn't a game to you anymore, is it? No, I whispered, my heart fracturing. It's me. The final blow was quiet, but it shattered everything. I'm a gay man, Daniel, he said, looking at me as if I were a stranger. I'm attracted to men. He left that night. The silence in the apartment was deafening, broken only by my own ragged breaths. I stood in front of the full-length mirror, looking at the man in the skirt, his face streaked with tears. The clothes that had felt like a homecoming now felt like the costume of a tragedy. The man Alex loved was a performance, and the person I really was, he couldn't love at all. I reached out and touched the soft, flowing fabric of the skirt. The heartbreak was a physical weight in my chest, a crushing, unbearable thing. But underneath the pain, another truth remained. The feel of the fabric on my skin. It still felt right. He was gone. My world had been leveled. But for the first time, I was seeing myself truly and completely, without the filter of someone else's desire. And I was alone. Terribly, utterly alone, with nothing left but the quiet, devastating, and undeniable truth of my own skin.